Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at ChicnScratch, and today is Tuesday, May 28th. If you're watching this live, let me know if you can hear me. And I'm about 2 minutes late. Sorry about that. Okay, I see one thumbs up. That means you guys can hear me, correct? Okay, let me change my screen real quick. Hi Tammy, hi Erica. Hey Vicki, Melissa, Sonia. Okay, y'all can hear me okay? I'm gonna put the link for the live chick candy up, and then I'm gonna go post that real quick, or go pin it really quickly. I can no longer talk and type at the same time. Okay. Give me a couple minutes. Just going to go over to YouTube and post that link. And then I'm going to show y'all what the live chick candy is tonight. Okay, here we go. And now it's pinned to the top. Hopefully y'all can see that. And if you're over on Facebook, let me put that in the comments really quick too. Okay, there you go. You guys can go out and come back in. Thank you, Katie. Yes, we are safe and sound for sure. Okay, let me make this smaller, and then I'm gonna change the screen. Uh-oh, what happened? There we go. Okay. Yay, I'm glad you like the new view. It's just the backyard. In fact, David just got done mowing. That's why I'm a couple minutes late, because he was still mowing back there. And I'm like, okay, I cannot hit the go button just yet. It's really loud. Okay, so this is the really cute project that we're making tonight. Isn't it so cute? So it is a little small. Let me make this smaller. Put it up here for now. But let me show you what fits in here. So, you know these little Lemon Crisp Kit Kats? It will hold 3 of those. I don't have a third one, so I'll slide in this little high chew. Or let me show you the other things that it will hold. A little Reese cup fits perfectly in there. A Ghirardelli chocolate fits perfectly. You can actually fit 2 of those Ghirardelli chocolates. The Almond Joys, actually, you know what, it'll only hold 1 Almond Joy. And then the Burt's Bee lip balm. So you could put a lip balm and some crisp. You can see it through the hole though. Anyway, isn't it so cute? So we're using the Country Birdhouse stamp set with the Country Woods Designer Series paper. So here's that stamp set along with the coordinating dies. So the Country Birdhouse stamp set and dies. And okay, Pamela says she ordered it on Friday. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I'll share all the crazy stuff in a little bit. I'm gonna start making the project after I show you the live prizes, and then we'll chit chat. I told David I'll probably be here a while. So our live prizes tonight, this one you have to be here to claim. So this is gonna be let me get the rest of them. So we've got this one, we've got this one, and this one. We are going to have some YouTube chick candy also. Okay, so the first one is going to be this kerchief card kit. These are the live prizes, okay? So kerchief card kit, pool party and soft sea foam card and envelopes. That's number 2. The third one's going to be Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper sampler. And then the fourth one is going to be the fabric tray. You have to be present to win this one. And if you don't want it, then you can select a sampler of paper instead of the fabric tray, and we'll re-gift this one to someone else. So these are our 4 live prizes tonight that we'll give away at the very end, okay? The other stuff we'll go over once we're making the project. So I'm going to remove the live chick candy from here, and now we're going to make the project. Yeah, and I am not firing on all cylinders today because after the weekend, yeah, did y'all see my, wait, I'll show you later. Did you see my bruises? Yeah, so I'm going to do my best to stay on track, not get emotional, but it was quite the weekend. We always used to say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but I kind of feel like I've already had enough of that this year, so it can stop anytime now. So let me put the measurements on the screen for just a second. And the measurements are a little bit, they're a little misleading because this little box right here, see the box? That's made with, oh, I forgot to put the rest of the Misty Moonlight. Oops, I'm supposed to put scraps on there as well. I better make myself a note, because if I don't write that down, I'm going to forget, and I don't want to do that. Y'all can't see this cable, can you? Okay, sorry about that. What did I say? Misty Moonlight scraps on PDF. I normally copy them from this and then put them on the PDF. Because, you know, why retype them when you've already typed them, right, once? So back to this. So this box is made by the 4x5 piece that you see on the screen. And then we've got 2 pieces that are going to be cut out with the birdhouse. And then we also cut out the bottom piece here just to make it thicker, because, you know, the designer series paper is thinner. So we cut out the Misty Moonlight in that too. So you're going to see me make it anyway. I'm kind of rattling. But this piece right here, this is the piece that's going to be for the box. So we're going to set that right there on the keyboard so that we don't lose it. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually stamp the 2 images that we're stamping tonight. And where is my stamping mat? Oh, it's in my tub because I'm all organized. So I'm using Memento ink and just a couple of blends tonight. So last weekend was supposed to be a weekend of rest and relaxation, and I was going to be making all of my In Color Club fabric baskets and my Card Club fabric baskets and my Birthday Club fabric trays and chick candy fabric stuff. You know, I don't like how that's stamped. That's better. Well, nothing happened, as some of y'all know. I think most of y'all know by now about the tornado. Before I hang up tonight, before I get off this video, I want to show you guys what to do with your phones, because our neighbors' phones went off with a warning. Let me take this measurement off of here. So their iPhones woke them up and told them that there was a tornado. So I'm using Balmy Blue and Peach Pie. Mine and David's phone did not go off, and we couldn't figure out what happened. And so it bothered me, you know, and so I started doing some research, and come to find out, you know, after I went looking, I'm like, oh, by the way, we've had all these crazy storms this spring, and I never once got even a storm warning. So I went into my phone settings, And the way that your storm settings sends you notifications has changed. It is not the same that it used to be. So if you're like us, you don't get a thunderstorm warning or lightning warnings or anything on your phone, you need to go into the actual, whatever weather app you use, whether it's the Weather Channel, Radar, My Radar, there's all these different apps. You have to go into that setting. And I'm going to show y'all tonight because, you know, I woke up David and I said, David, there's a tornado. All the furniture was sliding down the deck. Hail was the size of a golf ball. And you know what he says to me? He says the exact same thing that Kim said to me 2 weeks ago. There was a tornado literally 2 miles from Kim's house, and she said, well, my phone didn't tell me there was a tornado. Yeah, that's the same thing that David said. We're laying in bed, and he says, well, my phone isn't telling me there's a tornado. So he stayed in bed and he went back to sleep. Of course, I couldn't. Anyway. So I'm going to show y'all tonight, whether you want to see it or not, I'm going to show you how to make sure your phone will tell you if there's a storm. Because I had no idea that my phone was not set up to tell me. Yeah, I don't even know when all that changed. So now that we've colored the bird, we're going to die cut the bird. We're going to die cut everything. There's a lot. So I'm just going to get my die cut machine and we're going to start die cutting. And hopefully y'all are there because I'm just rattling up a storm. You know, Pat says that she has a weather radio. Let me tell you my weather radio story. This one will give me chill bumps because it was very traumatic for me. This happened in 1999. We had a weather radio. And David back then traveled all the time. So I had a weather radio. And one night, in the middle of the night, David was gone. And it was just the kids and I. And all of a sudden, I hear men talking in the house. And of course, I wanted to just, you know, hide under the cover, pretend that I didn't hear anybody. And I was absolutely terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, there's 2 guys in my house. They're talking. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm freaking out. Of course, I get out of bed. I walk towards the laundry room, which is where I was hearing the voices. And it turns out it was that weather radio going off. And of course, we didn't even really have bad weather near us. It was like bad weather like 40 minutes away. I took that thing and threw it in the garage and then threw it in the garbage the next week because I was like, I almost had a heart attack thinking that there was men in the house. I know that's a crazy story, but y'all already know my life is crazy. It's always crazy. Always has been, always will be. Although I'd like for it to slow down a bit because this year's just been pretty brutal. I mean, if y'all didn't really know me, like if you hadn't, I mean, I've been blogging since 2006, so I feel like y'all really know me. If y'all didn't really know me, you would kind of think that I'm full of it. You know what I mean? Like, how can all this stuff that I share with y'all be true? It just is. And Daddy always says, it just gives us something to talk about. Because I really don't have the gift of gab unless I have a story to tell y'all, right? Because I could be talking about the product a little bit more, but I always share, instead of talking about product, I always talk about all my crazy stories. And then later I'm like, oh, why didn't I tell them about my host code? Or why didn't I tell them about something, Stampin' Up? I don't know. I have talked about Stampin' Up for how many years now? Let's see. I joined in 2002. And this is 2024, so 22 years. Okay, so this is all the pieces for the Misty Moonlight. Now we have to do the other colors. So this was a half a sheet of scraps. Yay, so Peggy says she just changed her setting. Yeah, I'm going to actually show y'all my phone because I left a couple of them not checked so that y'all could see what I do. Now what we're going to do is we're going to die cut these flowers. And I'm sorry, maybe I should have cut some of these earlier. But I did not. Oh, Chris, did you have a question? Let me see if I can scroll back and see. It is the magic. No, it's not magnetic. It is not magnetic. But you know what? It just works so well. Yeah, it works so well. And those of you that are in Card Club and gets all our packets, we do all of our die cutting with these. They're reversible. You can cut on both sides. I've probably been using them for 2 years. I know ever since Diana started cutting for Card Club, so maybe not quite 2 years. Because we started Card Club a year ago in January. Okay. I need one more biggie, right? Yeah, one more big one. I don't want to lose that. Yeah, Kathy says that she doesn't use hers because it goes off all the time. That's the thing about the weather radio. I wish they would fix that. It goes off for just the slightest of things. Like, we really just want it to go off when there's a tornado. Like, we don't need to know there's lightning unless you're a farmer and you're out there in the field. I get it, but most people usually see that first strike and then they go back into the house, right? Now we're going to cut out the little bird. Yeah, if they could just fix what their notifications are on, because like you said, it goes off all the time. I was awake when we lost our power because I was just laying there listening to the storm, and Dave was snoring. And when the power went off, I woke David up and I was like, the power went off. And he looked up and he's like, oh, it did. And I sat there and watched the ceiling fan forever, just slowly. It got slower and slower and slower till it eventually no longer turned. And then, of course, the house got so hot, I could not sleep. And then there was something leaking because I'm pretty sure that our ceiling or our roof got damaged because I kept hearing this dripping sound. I never could find the source of it, though. Okay, this we're going to cut out with our scissors. So I'm going to set that aside. And now we need to cut out the pieces of the Designer Series paper. So this one, we're going to cut out the birdhouse. This time I'm going to use the bottom part just because. See how we like it the best. We're going to like it in any orientation, right? I brought my pictures too that I can share with y'all. I put them on my computer so I can screen share later if y'all want to see them. For those of you that didn't see the pictures. Okay, we're done with that one. Now we're going to have to do some die cutting again in a few minutes because we've got to do some gluing before we die cut the hole in the center. So I'm just going to place that one there. When I finally decided to get out of bed, because let's face it, I was awake most of the night. The first thing I saw when I walked out was that big old tree across the street that had fallen on the edge of Jennifer and Keith's house. And I looked front and I was like, oh. And then I looked to the right and the big old tree in our yard was down. And that was the same thing. I was like, oh. And then I looked to the left and the tree was on top of our propane tank. So yeah, the propane company had to come out and replace a couple parts on it because it did damage it. He said that our house was the 10th house that he had gone to that day. Who knows how many he had to replace. And then when we went down the street, 2 big old trees landed on our neighbor's house. It was the craziest thing. Okay, there's that part. Okay, let's see. We've got another part on this paper. We're so lucky it wasn't worse. Nobody in our neighborhood, there was no loss of life and no injuries. Just a lot of damage. It was that, if you guys are familiar with Rogers, Arkansas, I think it was just like the tail end of that big storm that went through Rogers. We're northwest of Rogers, or Rogers is south. Wait, I'm saying that wrong. Rogers is, we are northeast of Rogers. Yeah, I kind of have to look at the map. I think we've die cut everything but the hole. So we got to move this aside for a minute. Did I forget a piece? Oh, I did. I got to do this one. Grr. Sorry. It'll go pretty quickly. You know what? Actually, I have one of them already. You know what? Do I already have it die cut? Hold on. Yeah. I take it back. I did do that one in advance. It's right here in my container. There we go. Now, we have to attach this to this with liquid glue, and I want to get my silicone craft sheet because I don't want everything to get all messed up. I'm not in Branson. I'm in a little small town. Branson is about 45 minutes from us. I wish I lived closer to Branson. Man, the fabric stores there are amazing. I mean, amazing. Yeah, no. So we're in a little teeny tiny community on Table Rock Lake. Holiday Island is about 20 minutes from our house. Eureka Springs is about 30 minutes from our house. When the kids were little, we used to always take them to Eureka Springs. I don't think it's the same as it used to be. It kind of changed. Back in the old days, it was a little different. Okay. Whatever glue you prefer to use. On this piece, you could use our adhesive sheets, but I'm okay using my liquid glue. Okay, now we need to cut that hole out in the center. So before I get, well, let's go ahead and do this one and then we'll cut it out because you want to make sure you leave enough room for all these layers. Okay. This part will attach after we die cut it. So here's the piece right here that we use to cut the hole out. Yes, I'm live now, Susan. The silicone mat is a Stampin' Up product. Yes, the only thing I've used tonight that is not a Stampin' Up product is the Magic Mat. 99% of the product that I use is Stampin' Up, but yeah. I have to tell y'all, I've been so obsessed with my hummingbirds this year that I bought 2 hummingbird feeders to take them down to the lake house so that maybe I could have some visitors while I was down there. And I know to remove them before I leave because the food will get old. I replaced my food, my hummingbird food. I was doing it once a week, but now that it's getting hotter, I replace it twice a week. In fact, I replaced it today. They'll be so happy. So I had my 2 hummingbird feeders on the deck, and of course the storm knocked both of them off the deck and broke one of them. The other one looks like it's I can fix it, but one of them instantly got broken. It's like, grr, not fair. Okay, I'm gonna attach this piece. Well, having a hard time here. There we go. Yeah, so we had to, our frozen food that we had in the freezer, we had to, what we could give away to our mother and father-in-law, we did, because they had a generator. So they didn't lose any of their food. We don't have a generator, so we gave them all of the freezer food that they could handle. We threw away the rest. We brought a couple things home. Like we're eating one of the steaks. We ate that yesterday and we're having it again tonight for dinner. But everything in the fridge, by the time we left it, because we lost our power about 3 in the morning. So we had to throw everything away. Like, you know, the mayonnaise and everything, it all got, because it was like 80, what was it? Like almost 90 degrees outside. So we didn't really have any choice. We had to throw it away. Don't want to get food poisoning again. And I'm decorating this birdhouse while it's flat because it's so much easier to do so. So I'm not forgetting to make the box. It's just easier to decorate this while it's flat. Okay, so I don't know why I put my silicone craft sheet up. Ruh-roh, I forgot to mute my notifications. Oh, so by the way, the surgeon called last week, and the surgery to remove the mass on my kidney is supposed to be July 8th. I will tell you, I'm a little, I'm even more nervous now. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty nervous. I mean, I was already nervous, you know what I mean? But now I'm even more nervous. You can pop these up if you want, or you can just attach them with liquid glue. Ruh-roh. You want to leave room for the embellishments though, so I'm kind of messing up already. There we go. I have glue on my finger now, so everything's going to come back up. Now we'll do the embellishment in a few minutes. So let's go ahead and make the box. And I have not forgotten the greeting. So you moved from Facebook. You had to pay to comment? Wait, did it really seriously say that? That's crazy. I would never ask y'all to pay to comment. Okay, this measures, let me bring the measurements back up again. This measures 4 by 5, and you're going to score it at 1.5 on all 4 sides. So 1.5. Yeah, the surgery part, I was feeling more confident after David was with me and talked to the surgeon, but then after this weekend with everything that happened, it's kind of hard to not question, you know, everything. Anyway, so now I've cut on all 4 corners, and now I'm going to trim these 4 tabs, okay? We don't want to trim these 2 because that's our box. David ended up going to the urgent care today and having his arm looked at because the airbag burned his arm, like right here. Oh, it's gnarly. It looked worse today, so he had to go ahead and go see the doctor and get some cream to put on it. Okay, so that's how it looks. Now we're going to use our tear and tape. I'm going to wait to the very, very, very end of our video to talk about the deer because I don't want to start crying and I don't want to freak some people out. So I'll tell that story at the very end. I will say this. There's only one other time I've been that scared, and it was when Brooke had her seizure. That was the most scared. I think I kind of went into shock. Yeah, I know I did. Anyway, I'll share that story in a little bit. Yeah, the storm was bad, but of course it wasn't like, you know, one of those life-threatening tornadoes. It was just, you know, it was a very minor one. It doesn't look minor when you see all the damage to all the trees in our backyard. I mean, like, I guess maybe you could say 15 on all 3 sides of our house, the back, the right side, the left side. Just not the front because we only have 1 tree really in the front yard now. So okay, I'm building the wall. Okay, there's our cute teeny tiny box. It's not that tiny because y'all saw what we put inside of it, right? So it's not that small. So I'm going to put my adhesive right through there. Because if you look real closely, you can see this box a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. It's actually not a big deal, right? It still looks very cute. And I have lots of birdhouses in this house and outside. You could call me a birdhouse expert. You can decorate the backside if you want. I chose not to. Okay, so for the greeting, it's right here. Now, I went round and round. Let me see if I kept my samples. I kept a few options. Well, here's one of them. Where's the other one? I might have chucked it. I might have put it in the trash. What I decided to do was just take my scissors and just fussy cut it and pretend that it had its own die. This does not have to be perfect. I am certainly not that great at doing this. But just don't think about it. Just, and now I'm going to say, Lord, please don't let me mess up. Well, it's not that big of a deal. It's just paper, right? I can just stamp it all over again. But I'm just kind of cutting close, but not, you know, kind of like it's a sticker, but it's not a sticker. If you'll notice, I'm trying to turn the paper paper and not my scissors. I think the one I did earlier today looks a little bit better than this one, but I wasn't talking when I was cutting the first one. Anytime I talk, I mess up. Oh well. No, it looks fine, right? And then your options, like you could add it up here. I decided just to put it down here, like, you know, the bird is saying hello, friend. And I attached that with a mini dimensional. Where's my take your pick tool? Now I see when you attach this big flower, if you make this, turn it so that you can put your greeting. I don't even think I should use a dimensional. I think maybe I didn't use a dimensional now that I'm looking at it. I think I used a mini glue dot. I'll use some liquid glue. I'm struggling here. Okay, there we go. Phew! Isn't it cute? So, so cute. Now, I did not have time to measure it. All of my rulers are upstairs. So, we had to contact Nebraska Furniture Mart because our mattress was sagging like major. So I had to take my rulers up there and take some pictures with the rulers, and they're still up there. So this box measures like 1 3/4 approximately by 1 1/4 by 3/4, I guess. Yeah. I don't know where I got this thing. It's kind of cool. It must have, I think it must have come in a kit or something. I don't know. I'm glad it was sitting here. Okay, so do y'all like it? It's cute, right? Oh, and did I leave the measurements up the whole time? I swear. Sorry, I left the measurements up there. Hopefully you didn't miss anything, right? Yeah, I don't think you have to decorate the back either, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all the cards that I've received in the past couple weeks also. I don't have like a huge stash of them, but I have enough that I need to show y'all. Yeah. So what we'll do is, I need to make a couple announcements. Okay. So last week I told y'all the first person that asked for the Pretty Birds bundle was going to get it. I had no idea that so many people were going to want it. So, oh, I forgot the embellishments. Thank you so much. Who told me that? Terry. Thank you, Terry. You're right. Don't forget your in color shimmer gems. I put one on each flower, and I put the small ones on the small flower and the big ones on the big one. I don't think that explanation was even necessary, right? Well, it's kind of a no-brainer. Sorry. Sometimes I scare myself. Thank you for reminding me that. So last week, I said the first person that said they wanted There was a lot of people. I checked, double checked, and triple checked to make sure. And Bonnie was the first person. So it is Bonnie's, it is going to Bonnie. And I haven't sent it to her yet because I just wanted to let y'all know that I triple checked and she was in fact the first one. She left the live video. She may not even left the live video. She was the first. Okay. So our winner from the YouTube Chick Candy. So this was last week's. Oh, let me pull the graphic up really quick. Let's see. The winner. Here we go. So the winner for this. So it's the paper, the designer series paper, the fabric tray, the ribbon assortment. Our winner is Alina. I just need your address, Alina. I need to know that you want it, okay? Sometimes people leave comments and they're not actually trying to win the prize. They're just leaving a comment because they like the project. So I always like to get confirmation that they actually want the prize. Some people say give it to someone else. So now our new YouTube Chick Candy. Here's the form. And it's going to be this fabric tray and this card kit. So the Nourish and Flourish card kit and this fabric tray. Okay? Rectangle fabric tray. And all you have to do is leave a comment on this video over on YouTube when the video is over. Okay? One more announcement before we do the prizes. So, I do have a host code, and it's important that I share that in case you want to place an order, right? Except I don't see my host code. I'll just grab it real quick. Let's see. Because last week when I was here, I told y'all I was going to extend that host code another day, and I did. Whoever wanted to get it on that host code, you know, they filled out the form and they got that gift. But then I started a new host code later in that day. So the choices are, here it is. So you can choose a set of Stampin' Blend markers or an embossing folder of your choice. So this is the host code. The deadline is June 4th. Yeah, okay. Now we're done. I'll take that off there now. Okay, any questions before we do? What we're going to do now is the live prizes, and then I'm going to show y'all the cards that I received. And while I'm showing you the cards, I'll also share the story of the deer. Yeah. And if y'all want to see the pictures of the storm damage or the truck, you can let me know. I've got them in a folder in case y'all want to see them. So you can use the chat box to let me know. Okay, so I'm going to close the comments, and then so give me about a minute to go over there and do that. Where am I going? Okay, so Wheel of Names, and then I got to go to my blog, and I've got to shut off the comments. You guys got about a couple more seconds before I shut the form down. Forms. I'm going to forms. And boom. We are no longer accepting entries. We have 180 entries. So now I'm going to go copy those and paste that into Wheel of Names, and then I will share my screen with y'all. "17 of the comments went into the spam folder, so I'm going to take those out and put them into the real folder. I don't know why it does that. Okay. I need their name, their email, and their comment, and then download. Okay, I'm almost there. And I'm going to put this in my downloads folder. Save. Okay. Well, come on. There we go. Okay, I'm going to copy this entire column. Copy and paste. I lost my customized colors today. I don't know what happened. Screen share. Okay, can y'all see my screen? I can't remember the order in which I called these, but we're going to start with the kerchief card kit. If you guys don't want it, just tell me to re-gift it, okay? So the first, oh, I don't have sounds. Kathy, congrats. Okay, the second item is going to be the pool party and soft sea foam cards and envelopes. Is it Char? Congrats. Okay, the third item is going to be the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper sampler. Rosa, congrats. And the final one is the fabric tray. So I need to hear from the person, well, I need to hear from all of y'all. I need y'all's addresses. But the fabric tray I need to know tonight. Gretchen? Okay, I just need to hear from Gretchen if she wants this. If not, we'll re-gift it. So I'm just going to keep that screen open until I hear from Gretchen. So we're going to recap those. Kathy won the kerchief card kit. Char won the pool party and soft sea foam cards and envelopes. And then Rosa won the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. And then Gretchen won the fabric tray. Now, if you guys receive a fabric tray or a fabric basket or a drawstring bag, which speaking of drawstring bags, I'm actually got some of those on sale, for sale over on my blog. But when you get them in, put them on your ironing board and press them, because sometimes when you get them, they're going to be like this, because I have to fold them flat to mail them. So I always put it on the arm of the ironing board, and I press all four sides, and then it usually gets its shape back. So I try to remind people to iron them. Now I'm going to post my form here. For those of you that won, you can fill out this form to claim your prize, or you can email me at this email address. Okay? Did we hear from Gretchen? I'm scrolling back really quick. Okay, I see everybody saying, I see it's actually Gretchen Walker. Sorry, there's multiple Gretchens on here, so it's Gretchen Walker. Gretchen Walker, are you on here? I'm so sorry. Maybe if she doesn't want it, or if she's not here. So we need to hear from Gretchen Walker. If she's not here, yeah. Can y'all help me? Yvette says that she got her card club on Saturday and she finished them. Yay, I love it. That makes me so happy to hear. Debbie, that's why I was waiting until the very end to tell the story, because I know that some people don't want to hear it. Yeah. That's why I'm waiting to the very, very end, because I know that not everyone, yeah. The pictures I'm going to show on my screen at the end, so that way the people that don't, I don't have any pictures of a deer. I didn't take pictures of it. In fact, I didn't see the deer. When when the sheriff pulled up, he literally pulled up within seconds of it. And the first thing I asked that I could articulate was the deer there with us, or was it down the road? Because I could not see such a thing. I would have just died. So yeah. So Gretchen Walker, because I know that, oh, you, well, Gretchen, you got me terribly confused. Okay, so you are Gretchen. So Walker is your married name? Anyway, okay, Gretchen wants it. Sorry for the confusion. Yeah, sorry about that. So now I'm going to show y'all some of the cards that I've received. This is going to go really quickly. And then, so I'll tell the story. I won't show the pictures until the very end. Those of you that want to see the tornado damage and the truck. I did post them on my Facebook. So let's see. Card number 1. This is from Julie. She sent me, and this, I love this idea. I've never done this before, but look at how awesome this is. So this is the designer series paper that is so beautiful. What is it? The Thoughtful Journey. And she just cut it, and it's, anyway, I thought that was brilliant to do. I've never done that before, but I love it. Thank you for the card, Julie. Okay, let's go in there. My next card is from Kathy. This one is so pretty, and this is a fold I haven't done before, and I'm going to very soon. Love endures all things. Kathy is one of my downline, and I love this flower. What flower is this, guys? Because I really like it a lot. Oh, wait. She told me. Enduring Beauty. If I don't have that, I'm going to have to get it. Okay, so that's our team swap card. The next one is from... this one's from Jamie, another downline. This is one of our team swaps. Isn't that pretty? Thank you, Jamie. Let's see. Who is this one from? These envelopes are sticking to each other. Okay. This is a team swap too, I think. Yeah. This one's from Stephanie. Stephanie, I think I saw you on here earlier. Isn't that neat? I have not used that suite yet, but I'm going to for Father's Day, for sure. Okay, the next card is from Betty. I think this is a team swap card. I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Betty. The next one is from Tina. Tina is thanking me for my YouTube videos. That's so nice. Thank you, Tina. My next card is from Nancy. Oh, and she even put the measurements and everything. This is a neat one of those scene cards as well. Another team swap. And I think this one's from Kathy, another downline. Kathy, I think I saw you on here tonight. Yeah, so this is, isn't that so awesome? And I was laughing about getting that leaf background stamp at On Stage. And now everybody's made me happy that I have it. Although I still haven't applied ink to it, so. Next one is from Tracy. This is a downline swap. Thank you, Tracy. I love that embossing folder too. I think I have one more to share with y'all. Yep, the final one. This is Debbie, another downline. She always makes the cutest cards. Yeah. Okay, and I said I was going to tell y'all the story about the deer, but then I talked about, yeah, how could I do that? I can't do those two things at once, right? So you're very welcome. I did not bring it down here, Debbie. I'm so sorry. It's going to have to be next weekend. I mean, next week, next Tuesday. How could I forget? Okay, so I'm going to show y'all the iPhone setting first because everybody that don't want to hear me tell the story about the deer. Okay, so whatever weather app you use, I use the weather channel, okay? So you have to open up the weather channel. And then I know normally you go to notifications, but that's not the case anymore. You don't go to notifications now. You go into that whatever app you use. So I'm going to click on this little person right there. And then I'm going to go to my alerts. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Let me go back. Is it the three dots? Oh, okay, the person. They make it so complicated. Okay, I'm going to go back so I can tell you that again. So click on the little person right here, okay? And then click on My Alerts, and then click on Manage. Now look, it says you have no current weather alerts. I guess that means I'm not under any alert right now, okay? So click on Manage, and then you'll see right here, Significant Weather. You want to turn that on because we had everything off, everything set off. So if we go to, so that's how you turn it on. Is go to My Alerts, Manage, and then change Significant Weather to On. Now, here's what you have to make sure. Make sure you're on where you're at because we have multiple locations. So like we have Golden, Missouri. I also have my family in Columbia, Tennessee. So make sure that you have your right zip code. If I go to My Radar, that's another one that I use. This is the one that was showing me that we had the rotation. So I knew that because the radar shows you. So on this one, go down here and click on the gears and then click on, is it settings? No, okay, hold on. Notification settings. And then you have to click on thunderstorm and tornado. You have to click on that. Yeah. And you have to unclick on the things you don't want. So like, I don't need cyclone activity because it's not really a thing here. I don't need hurricane because we don't have that here. I don't need air and dust, marine. So you just kind of have to go through all of your weather. So let me show you the iPhone one. Let me take this out of here because the iPhone one is the best one. But you have to do it. Okay, so here's the iPhone weather app, okay? This one is the best app. And if you'll notice, well, why don't I have Overland Park on here? Here it is, Overland Park, okay? So click on the three dots up here and click on notifications. And right there is where you click severe weather. And down here, you'll see I've got Columbia, Olathe, and Golden. We're in Overland Park, but Olathe's that way and Overland Park's that way. So anyway, if I click on that, you see I now have it checked. On every single weather app that I had on my phone, we had all notifications turned off because what we were doing was we were going to notifications like right here. You know, like we were going to notifications here. This don't work anymore. You have to go into your app. You have to go into each individual app. So hopefully I haven't scared a bunch of y'all off by sharing that with you. And if you need any help, you definitely let me know, and I'd be happy to help you. Yeah. Debbie says her settings were on, but 2 weeks ago the sirens, and you never got a notification? Wow, that's terrible. Okay, so I shared that with y'all. So I'll make the deer story short. I know some people wanted to see the pictures. Just friend me on Facebook. Maybe that would be better than sharing them here. Yeah. So when we left the lake house, we're coming home. We were not even 10 minutes from our house. On that stretch of Highway 69, the speed limit is 75. And David was going 77. And she just stepped right out. I mean, we had no brake, not like there was no warning. She just I mean, like I saw her walk, and I just closed my eyes and bent down real quick because I knew there was, I figured she was going to come through the windshield, but she didn't. She actually hit the front and then went and hit down the side. The not state trooper, the sheriff was literally there within seconds. I don't know if somebody called it in or if he was just on that stretch of road. But anyway, Chase was 10 minutes away where he lives, and he came and got me, and David stayed with the sheriff's department. So if you do you guys want to see the pictures? I know I said I was going to show them. There's nothing, I'm not showing any deer pictures. I was going to show you the truck. Let's see, I'll share my screen again. Oh, I guess I better bring up the pictures though, right? Yeah. I don't know if it's going to show this. Will it show it? I don't know. Y'all are just seeing a black screen right now, right? Let me see if I can get this to work. Yes, I want to show those. Can y'all see them? Where'd y'all go? Huh? I don't know. Can y'all see my screen? I don't think you can even see my screen, so I take it back. Let me look one more time. Can y'all see my screen? Uh-oh. I don't know what I did. Well, that was a bad idea. I thought it was a good idea. Oh, well, so sorry. I did post the pictures on my, oh, you can see them? Oh, oops. Okay, I'll go back then. Let's see. Share screen. Okay, so picture number 1, I'll do this really, really quickly. This is the propane tank that got damaged by all this tree falling. So this is what they had to come and fix. This is the tree that fell. This is right across the street from us. Look at all these down power lines. And let me tell you, people were coming down the street, like driving and not even noticing that the power lines were down. Like we had to yell, watch out for the power lines. So finally our neighbor put a flag over the top of it so that people would not run right into it. This is outside of our shed. This is behind our house. This is our neighbor's house. She had 2 big trees fall on her house. That's across the street. Look at the power thingy. And this is the mangled look at this mangled power lines. Wasn't it just crazy? This was the view up the street. So look, this power line's on the ground. What a view, right? So weird. There's more of that mangled power line. This was our furniture. Like it shoved it up against the deck. And wait till you see this. I didn't show this on Facebook. This smoker used to be over here and the wind blew it all the way that end. But what's crazy is if you notice this picture, it blew everything down this way. So that rotation of the storm, it sent some things this way and other things the other way, which is just crazy. And here's the twisted tree right outside my sewing window. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad this tree didn't come down. Only limbs of that tree. That's also right behind our house, right behind our house, right behind our house, behind our house. That's the one by the shed. That's what I walked out and saw at Jennifer and Keith's house, was that big tree uprooted. And then here is my seatbelt burn. Here's our airbags. Ugh. The smoke from the airbag. This is probably the worst picture, is the hair. And then the side of the truck, the damage. I don't know if you can tell how dented in it is. And there's David's blistered arm. So the seatbelt, luckily, well, I don't know if it was the seatbelt or the airbags, right? Which one was it that we didn't get hurt, right? We didn't get hurt at all. Other than my, I was trying to show y'all earlier, this just hurts so bad. It feels better today, but even just like touching it, just barely, it hurts so bad. Like my stomach hurts, where the seatbelt caught me on my stomach. My booty, it's so funny. The left side of my booty hurts. My right knee hurts. My left elbow hurts. It's kind of crazy at the body aches from an accident, but we were going 77, so we were going really fast. It was very scary. Mary Catherine says, how could David sleep through that? I don't really know. So I have to tell you. So Carol said she did not know you could get burned. So let me tell y'all a story about this. This is the part that gets me really emotional. Is we hit the deer and it sounded like a bomb. I mean, like it was so loud. And instantly the airbags exploded. And I didn't realize that the airbags exploded. I didn't even know. I've never dealt with airbags, but the whole cab filled up with smoke, and my legs were burning. Like smoke was pouring out, and my legs were really hot. And I start screaming. The truck has not come to a complete stop yet. We're still rolling, and I'm screaming, "The truck's on fire! Get out! Get out! The truck's on fire!" And I am screaming bloody murder. Y'all already know I'm a dramatic person. I've always been dramatic. I was screaming frantically for us to get out, to get the truck stopped and to get out, because I thought the truck was on fire. And it wasn't. It was the airbags, but the whole cab was completely full of smoke. So if you've never had a seatbelt, not a seatbelt, an airbag explode or go off, it's very traumatic. It's like, I know when my aunt had an accident, the airbag broke her nose and knocked a tooth out. And I've always thought about that. Like when I'm in my vehicle, I always try to make sure I'm back a little further from the steering wheel, because if the airbag were to go off, I don't want it to break my nose or chip a tooth. But when you're in an accident that happens just like that, like, there's no way you could protect yourself from the airbag. But anyway, they do smoke. They are hot. So David has second-degree burn. He went to the walk-in clinic today, and it is a second-degree burn, and they gave him that Silverdene ointment to put on there. So other than that, we're both okay. But yeah, it was like the tornado thing. Like that was like so nothing compared to the deer. Like it's like we can still see it as plain as day. Like it just was so awful. Yeah. And yeah, no one had ever told me that airbags smoke or that they're hot. And I showed y'all the pictures. You can see the windshield of the truck, where the smoke, like it almost looked like it burned the windshield even. Yeah, so maybe I've educated y'all on your weather apps on your phone, and now the airbags. Like, you want airbags to save you because I mean, I don't know that the airbag touched me. I have no clue because I have no, like I told David, I said, were you holding the cup of coffee in your hand when we hit the deer? And we couldn't remember what, like it took me a couple of days to remember that I actually had his Taco Bell cup between my legs because we had just stopped at the store and got a cup of coffee and filled up the truck with gas. And so I took his cup out of the cup holder so that he could put his coffee in it, and I had the Taco Bell. So that's why my lap and my legs and everything in the floor was all wet, was because of his Taco Bell drink. But I didn't even know that until, like yesterday, it finally dawned on me that that's where all that wetness came from, because I really didn't know what was wet. Yeah, so thank y'all for listening. And for those of you that think I always have a story to tell, I always have a story to tell. I wish that I didn't, but yeah, it's like, I mean, for this year, Bella, Gizmo, food poisoning in Mexico, tornado, now the deer. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done for like 10 years, right? It's all I can say is we're still blessed, right? We're still alive. We're still healthy. We still have our children are healthy. Yeah, so we are still very blessed. But I am kind of sort of done with everything that's been happening. But at least I'm okay because there's so many people. Like, we were watching the weather report this morning from all the people that lost their lives and lost their whole entire house. Like, there was a couple that they were in bed sleeping when their whole house blew away and they're alive. But oh my gosh, crazy. Yeah, so we are still very fortunate, but it was really terrifying. Thank you. So Susan wants to know about my surgery. They're just going to remove that mass off of my kidney on July 8th. It's a 2.5 to 3 hour surgery, and that's about all I know. So as we get closer, we'll talk about it. They'll call me and tell me everything. Yeah, and I'm trying to not cancel it because, yeah, I know I need to have it done. So, yeah, it's growing. The mass is growing, so it needs to come out. That's in what? Basically 5 weeks, 6 weeks? Yeah, I don't even want to think about that today. But I will tell you, we'll talk about it more later. Okay, so before I sign off, just really quickly, if you asked me a question tonight and I did not answer you, here is my email address. Please let me know. I didn't ignore your comment on purpose. I just don't actually get to see all the comments, and it's almost impossible to read all of them. So if you have any questions, there's my email. Whoops. There we go. Okay, y'all have a great night. I will see you. I still feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know. So I'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. Thank you so much.